Is your child as responsible as Larry? Well, can you count on him or her to do what you want him to? Is he initiative bound? Well, if not, it might be time for a lesson in responsibility. You need Parent Power with John Rosemond.
You finished?
Whether you're raising toddlers or teens, you need to teach your child how to accept responsibility.
Responsibility, a willingness to accept accountability for one's own social behavior, a willingness to do one's best with the tasks that one is assigned in life by authority figures, which eventually grows into an ability to set goals and pursue goals effectively.
Child psychologist John Rosemond feels the best way to develop responsibility in a child is to assign him chores in the house.
Oh, I think it's reasonable to start that when a child is as young as 3, with simple jobs at first, generalizing as the child matures into common areas of the house. And by the time a child is 5 years old, a child ought to be involved significantly in the household routine.
Peggy Blaine found that even her 3-and-a-half-year-old quadruplets are willing to help around the house.
They clear the table after they eat, they set the table, and that started mostly because Andrew has a very strong interest in helping. I mean, he's that kind of child. He likes to do that.
Playing off her child's interest also worked for Deborah Gibbs. Her son Bobby was doing laundry by the time he was 12.
You know, he washes his own clothes and sees that they're ironed and all of that. And of course, he does it because he doesn't want to have to go to school, you know, and not look nice.
Some parents pay allowances to their children for chores, but John Rosemond cautions against that.
2 problems with paying children for chores. One is that if the child doesn't need the money that week or that day, the impression created is, I don't need the money, therefore I don't have to do the job. And the second problem is that it turns what could be a lesson in responsibility into an exercise in self-centeredness. The question that arises out of that situation is, what's in it for me?
And that doesn't mean that John Rosemond doesn't believe in allowances necessarily. He does, but he says if you give your child an allowance, use that too as a lesson in responsibility. For instance, tell your child that with his allowance, he's responsible for purchasing his entertainment or those little extras that he often begs for. When you set those kinds of rules, you teach your child responsibility and money management. And you can meet John Rosemond in Charlotte Tuesday at the Southern Springs Show. He'll be appearing at the house that's sponsored by WCNC-TV and Apex Homes on Tuesday from 5 to 7. And I'll also be there